Good day. I'm Chad Hendricks, president of WorkPath Visas, and I wanted to share a message with you about the Visa Bulletin. The newest Visa Bulletin just came out, and this is the document that we look at to give us an idea of the timeline that it's going to take for the program to get to a consulate interview. Now, the most important thing that came out on this Visa Bulletin is not the date change, but actually there's a message at the bottom that'll show up typically towards the end of the fiscal year for the government, which is the end of the year is September. And what they're talking about is retrogression. So retrogression is the fact that the US government is starting to get near or is hitting its limits for immigrant visas for this fiscal year. Now, the good news is this has happened before. This is kind of normal. When we get towards the end of their fiscal year, we might have retrogression. And then in October, it starts all back over. All of the 140,000 plus visas become available, and we no longer have retrogression, and they're open for business again. What I want to show you is where can you find the Visa Bulletin? How do you look at it? And where is this retrogression message? Because this is what we look for just in case. So if you go into Google or any other search engine and you search Visa Bulletin, you're going to find the US Department of State. The first thing is going to be the Visa Bulletin. So go ahead and click on that. And it's going to bring you into this travel.state.gov. Now, it's interesting. We're always looking at the upcoming Visa Bulletin, this August one. It's already released. If it wasn't released, it would say coming soon here in this box. So I'm going to look at the August Visa Bulletin, and you're going to see Visa Bulletin for August 2025. Now, we get to scroll past a bunch of information that's not necessary for us because they'll start talking about family-sponsored visas. We can skip all of that. And we're looking for the employment-based preferences. So now they even talk about a little bit here. They talk about here about how many visas actually are allowed. Now they don't give you the number here. They give you the percentage of what the number is. So if the number is 145,000 visas throughout that fiscal year, what percentage of that they're allowing for. And you can see that also it's plus any numbers not used by the fourth and fifth preferences, plus any numbers not used by the first preference, plus any numbers not used by the first and second preference. So there's a waterfall approach. So we are in the third category here, and they have that split into two sections, skilled workers and other workers. We have now gone to the point where we don't even look at the other worker category, which is somebody that has less than 2 years of experience. We're going all skilled workers because the other worker has its own limit of not more than 10,000 of which to other workers. So these are the numbers that are trickling down from unused first and second categories that come down to the third category. Now, what we're looking for is this final action dates for employment-based preferences. You're going to look at the third category, unless you're some of the older guys that are under the other worker category. But what this shows is they're processing applications from the Department of Labor that were filed April 1st of 2023. If you take today's date of July 16th of 2025, and you look at the difference between this date and the current date, that's about how long the program's taking currently. So we're looking at 2 years as of April, plus another 3 months, 3.5 months. So you're looking at 27.5 months is what we're looking at right now. Now there is retrogression, and I'm going to show you that section. Where we're looking for that is always at the very bottom. They'll list those things out. And so retrogression in employment-based second. Okay, so there's retrogression in EB2, which means they're hitting their visa limit potentially, as well as the employment visa availability for EB3s and other workers. And what they're saying here is visa demand and number use remains high. So we're approaching the annual limits of the fiscal year 2025, which ends in September. And it's likely to be necessary to either retrogress the final action dates or make the category unavailable in September. Really, it's the same thing. So this is obviously you want to keep monitoring this, but we have some people that right now their priority date is actually current, but they haven't gotten their interview yet. So what we're doing is we're just waiting for their interview to come, and it may not happen until October when the reset of the visas. So hopefully that explains what we're looking at with the Visa Bulletin, the timelines, and what you can look at any point when you know what date we filed your 9089, which is with the Department of Labor, and how it compares to the EB3 category for the final dates for EB3. I will explain one more thing. Final action dates versus the filing dates. We're looking at final action dates for the interview. The filing is just when we're able to send in your paperwork. So one last clarification there. So we are so excited for you to have you in the program, and we're really excited about you finally arriving.